Water on our planet is in constant motion, cycling through different states and locations in a process that has been repeating for billions of years. This journey, known as the water cycle, is driven primarily by energy from the sun. The sun's heat provides the necessary force to lift water from oceans, lakes, and rivers into the atmosphere as an invisible vapor through a process called evaporation. Interestingly, plants also contribute by releasing water vapor from their leaves in a related process called transpiration. Together, evaporation and transpiration send vast amounts of moisture skyward, where it cools and begins to transform. As the water vapor rises higher into the atmosphere, it encounters cooler temperatures, causing it to condense around tiny particles like dust or salt. This condensation forms the clouds we see in the sky. Think of a cloud as a massive collection of billions of microscopic water droplets or ice crystals. The process is similar to what happens when you breathe on a cold window. The warm moisture in your breath hits the cool glass and turns into liquid droplets. Without these tiny particles to cling to, water vapor would need a much colder surface to condense upon, so these particles are essential for cloud formation and the next stage of the cycle. When cloud droplets grow large and heavy enough, they fall back to Earth as precipitation. This can come in many forms, including rain, snow, sleet, or hail, depending on the temperature and conditions in the atmosphere. Some precipitation is absorbed directly into the ground, a process known as infiltration, where it replenishes underground aquifers and provides water for plant roots. Runoff, the water that flows over land surfaces, travels downhill into streams, rivers, and eventually back into oceans. This surface movement is a critical part of the cycle because it redistributes water across different landscapes and feeds lakes and reservoirs. Once on the ground, water does not stay put. A significant portion is taken up by plant roots and eventually released back into the atmosphere through transpiration. Other water seeps deep into the soil and rock layers, moving slowly through underground pathways known as groundwater flow. This groundwater can remain stored for thousands of years, slowly moving towards rivers or the ocean, or it can be brought back to the surface through springs or human wells. Meanwhile, some of the water on the surface or in the soil simply evaporates again, beginning the whole cycle anew. This constant exchange between the ground, plants, and the atmosphere keeps the system in balance. Ultimately, the water cycle is a closed system, meaning the total amount of water on Earth does not change. Every drop that falls from a cloud has been here since the planet formed. The cycle connects every ecosystem and directly influences weather patterns, climate, and the availability of fresh water for all living things. Without it, life as we know it would not exist. The simple movement of water, from ocean to air to land and back again, is a fundamental process that shapes our world and sustains everything from tiny microorganisms to entire human civilizations.